Hello class 9, welcome to history lecture. Our today's topic is the continental system of Napoleon Bonaparte. We are continuing with our second chapter. So what we see is that Napoleon Bonaparte rose to power from 1793 to 1804. We have seen that how he became the Emperor of France. After this, we see that in 1805 he fought a battle. That is the Battle of Trafalgar with England. And after this battle, he issued certain systems which were responsible for his downfall or for his decline. So among all the systems that he initiated, this system, that is the continental system, was a major system which led to the downfall or the decline of Napoleon Bonaparte. Now first, before we go to the continental system, we have to know what was the Battle of Trafalgar, because mainly because of the Battle of Trafalgar this system was initiated or introduced. In Trafalgar, we see Napoleon fought with the British troops. Napoleon wanted to control whole of Europe. But England, the navy of England was very strong. The England troop was so strong that it was not possible for France or Napoleon to become the supreme power in Europe. For this reason, Napoleon realized that for becoming the supreme power in Europe, first he has to defeat Napoleon. So he planned to capture the British Isles, and in 1805 he met with Admiral Nelson, who was a commander of Britain. Admiral Nelson and the French troops of Napoleon fought face to face. There we see that the British Navy was so strong that the French fleet was completely defeated. French fleet was under Napoleon, so it was a great defeat of Napoleon as well. So when Napoleon faced this defeat under England, he couldn't took this defeat that he has been defeated by Britain. So he devised a system. He was very powerful already in Europe. So he devised a system that is known as the Continental system. This Continental system was a system of blockade, where he planned to block England. So as England was his only enemy during this time, he called England as a nation of shopkeepers, because everything was produced in England and every country was more or less dependent on England for their things, because the industrial revolution had taken place in England. And due to this, we see all the articles, all the necessary articles, all the weapons or necessary articles of daily use, war articles, everything was available in England. And all the countries were buying things from England and they were dependent on England. For this reason, we see Napoleon called England as a nation of shopkeepers, because England was the only enemy of Napoleon during this time, and he called it the nation of shopkeepers. Now his main plan was to isolate England in matter of trading relation. So he wanted to block England so that nobody could buy anything or nobody will sell anything in England. Especially people were buying from England, so England was having profit because all the countries were buying goods from England. He wanted to stop this system, and this system came to be known as the Continental system, that is the system of blockading England or blocking England's trade. Now what we see is that in 1806 he passed two decrees. The Berlin Decree was the first thing that he passed. He first passed the Berlin Decree in 1806, and through the Berlin Decree he ordered all the countries which are allied to Napoleon, they will have to stop their trade with England. So he just ordered them that they will have to stop their trade with England, and any country which is allied to Napoleon, they cannot trade with England. He ordered it, but then when he saw his order is not being heard, then he passed a trade, we can say he passed another order. In 1806 only, he also passed after a few days the Milan Decree. Decree means order. So by this order, he forced the countries that no country should trade with England. First he is ordering them, but then by the next decree he is forcing them that none of the countries could trade with England. and if any country is caught trading with England, that country's ship will be caught and confiscated. All the goods will be confiscated or taken away by Napoleon. So these two decrees were passed by Napoleon to isolate England from this trading system, and all the countries were like forced to stop trading with England. In this situation, we see that England also passed a counter decree, which was known as Order in Council. England passed the Order in Council, which was a counter decree by which England's navy was very strong. We already have read, by using their navy they blocked the entire coast of Europe. So none of the countries now can go out from outside Europe. From there also they can't buy anything. So they are completely dependent on England now, because England produced all these goods and the other countries needed it. So Spain, Russia, Portugal, all the countries which needed their articles from England, they now started breaking their relation with Napoleon one by one. So what we see is that when Napoleon tried to isolate England, but he himself actually got isolated. By the first decree, by the Berlin decree, he ordered the countries to stop trade. Then he saw that many countries are not listening. Then he passed the Milan decree, by which he forced the countries to stop trading with England. As England was a very powerful country and England was not dependent on anybody, England passed the Order in Council, by which they blocked the entire coast of Europe. In this situation, one by one, all the countries started breaking the continental system and started making economic relation with England, and they broke their relation with Napoleon Bonaparte. So there we see that this system was a major reason which tarnished Napoleon's relation with other countries of Europe, and it gradually brought about the fall of Napoleon Bonaparte. Because one by one all the countries are breaking this continental system and they are joining England. So Napoleon wanted to isolate England, but what happened is just the reverse. He himself became isolated because all the countries are breaking their alliance with Napoleon and they are joining hands with England. So this continental system, you see, is one of the first step or first major thing that started the system of decline of Napoleon. Because from this time, Napoleon's relation with the other European countries started declining, started tarnishing. And due to this, we see Napoleon got isolated and ultimately his decline set in. Thank you.